The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Delays in canceled bus rides, something hundreds of DC students have dealt with for months. Tonight at 9, the head of public schools apologizing and offering up solutions. Plus,
just seeing people come out in solidarity, it means a lot to me.
A candlelight vigil through the rain for a father of two shot and killed by Fairfax County Police. His mother tonight grieving as she awaits the body cam footage from that night.
And a burglar gets a little too comfortable after breaking into a Maryland man's home, lounging around, getting into his bed, even using his toothbrush. But it doesn't stop there. Our Daniel Hamburg tours the home where this bizarre break-in happened.
All right, a stormy start to the weekend. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. DC News Now is tracking the severe weather on this DMV first warm day. A live look right now over the nation's capital. You can see here fog surrounding the Washington Monument.
Now, Western Marylanders, you may want to spend your Friday night at home. This was the view earlier today out of Hancock. Snow started falling around noon. It turned to sleet and ice. More ice is expected tonight, making for dangerous driving conditions. Our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb, is joining us now.
Yeah, Janessa, we're dealing with rain, wind, cold temps, and we saw low visibility as well.
Yeah, we have a triple threat storm system that is making its way across the Ohio Valley. Right now is kind of the bulk of this torrential rain that's starting to stream into our area out towards Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania. That's where you're seeing kind of the heavier bands. This is exiting the Beltway, so we're kind of in this dry slot for the suburbs of the district. Also making your way up towards Western Maryland. Look at that kind of downburst out towards Hagerstown with that moderate rain, and it's streaming into Frederick, Maryland, into sections of 270 into Montgomery County as well. We're over the freezing rain for sections of Western Maryland at this time, but as temperatures continue to drop throughout the evening, we're actually going to keep a slight chance of a light glaze of ice that could form across that area. Out towards King George into St. Mary's County, moderate rain currently falling, and right now Luray, the Shenandoah Valley above 2,000 feet. You can see from Stanley, Luray, Woodstock as well. They're dealing with that sleet and kind of wintry mix. Look at kind of the aftermath of what this storm system has done with all the power outages across the upper Tennessee Valley, and as the center of circulation continues to make its way across the East Coast, we are talking about widespread power outages. Still have that ice storm warning. It looks like it's still in effect throughout tomorrow morning due to that freezing rain that continues to be an issue. Here is the larger story. After we get over the rain here, about 11:30 to that midnight hour, we start to dry out and some partial clearing starts to happen. We are not over one of the biggest threats, and that is the wind gusts that are going to be picking up overnight all day Saturday. All these alerts that I'm showing you right now, they go into effect starting tomorrow morning. So we're showing you this added precaution, wind advisory, and then a wind warning that's in place out towards Kaiser and Cumberland. We're talking about wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Now we're still talking about this rain flow. We'll track in and have everything timed out coming up.
All right, our top stories tonight. Amazon is pausing construction on phase 2 of its second headquarters in Arlington. Phase 2, called Penn Place, includes a 350-foot spiral helix, plus retail space and 3 new office towers. Amazon still plans to welcome new hires to its Met Park campus. The first phase of development, that's in June. Arlington County's board chair doesn't know how long the delay will be, but believes Amazon is still committed to fulfilling its plans.
And College Park's former mayor is spending the weekend in jail. His bond hearing was postponed to Monday. Patrick Woyan faces 40 counts of having child pornography and 16 counts of distributing it. Now, we got our hands on court documents today. They revealed the alleged videos involved young boys. We have much more on these stories coming up in just minutes.
And tonight, a grieving mother is calling for changes to policing in Fairfax County. Her 37-year-old son was shot and killed by police near Tyson's Corner Center last week. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joins us live from the Fairfax County Government Center. And Max, that's where Timothy Johnson's family gathered earlier tonight. His mother tells you the show of support meant a lot.
She said seeing people from across the DMV make their way here to Fairfax County was really meaningful. Many of them held signs that said justice for Tim J. And tonight, that's exactly what Melissa Johnson is hoping for.
These raindrops, beloved, are merely the teardrops of our ancestors.
Through the rain, family and friends of Timothy Johnson and community advocates held candles and shared memories of the 37-year-old who was shot and killed by Fairfax County Police last week.
If you knew him, you would love him. He might get on your nerves, but you were going to love him, and I just want him to be remembered.
Melissa Johnson is Timothy's mother, and she says the end did not justify the means. Police accused Timothy Johnson of stealing a pair of sunglasses and chased him into the woods near the Tyson's Corner Center, where they shot and killed him. Johnson did not have a weapon, and it's still unknown what prompted the two veteran officers to fire their weapons.
Let's see the unedited video. Let's investigate independently. Let's review the policies. Let's see the history of the officers, and let's change the culture.
The family has not seen the body camera footage the police chief said is being reviewed and will be released by March 23rd, but they want it sooner, and they want reform.
Prevent another mother or father from getting that dreadful knock at the door at 1 a.m. in the morning, being notified of the tragic death of their beloved child.
This vigil comes as Fairfax County Police reveal it is partnering with a DC-based organization to examine the 7 times an officer shot someone since 2021. They're also looking at an 8th incident where no one was hit. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's enough?
I think I don't have a comment about that. Let the police take care of what they need to do to earn public trust or to police themselves. I don't have a comment about that.
And tonight, the Johnson family attorney says he wants Fairfax County Police to create a foot pursuit policy. He says it's something he thinks they should have done prior to this incident, adding that he believes it could have been an added layer of protection against the type of incident that happened about a week and a half ago. We're live in Fairfax County. Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
All right, regarding the review of the Fairfax County officer-involved shootings that Max just mentioned, the third party will recommend new trainings and policies based on the findings. The police chief will then share those findings with the public.
And new tonight, for the first time, we're hearing directly from leadership at the D.C. agency in charge of busing students with disabilities to schools.
That comes after weeks of severely delayed or even canceled bus service to and from school.
Our reporter Mariel Carbone is live at the transportation terminal in Northeast D.C. And Mariel, the director apologized to families today.
Yeah, and she really acknowledged the frustration that parents have been feeling for weeks now. Kristen, does mean we can say that things have gone a little bit better than when we first told you about this story back in January. But today the director said that there are still about 7 to 8% of routes that are still experiencing delays.
For weeks now, DC's most vulnerable students have been left hanging, waiting for late or even canceled rides to school. Parents shared their frustrations with us as a feeling of helplessness overwhelmed them.
As a special needs parent, we're up against so much, so I feel like it's one more thing on our plates.
Put yourself in that parent's shoes and see how you feel. Not only that, though, we're talking about the most vulnerable population.
Now, the D.C. State Superintendent of Education is responding.
The incidents of January 9th, are the perfect storm all occurring on one day. I do want to deeply acknowledge, apologize to our families, our parents.
Dr. Christina Grant says her office rolled out a new transportation system at the start of the school year. When that was unsuccessful, the agency switched back to its old system in January. That switch, coupled with a bus driver shortage and a high rate of staff call-outs, led to major service issues. On week 1, an average of 12 routes were canceled daily. On week 2, roughly 99 morning routes were delayed daily.
We were caught off guard.
The numbers have improved weekly, but Grant admits it's not enough. This week, on average, 46 routes were delayed every day.
I know that this is frustrating and disruptive.
According to Grant, the agency has 250 vacancies for transportation positions. 87 are for bus drivers. After a recent hiring fair, offers were made to 34 drivers. And the agency is working to train bus attendants to become bus drivers. Add in the use of private contractors, and Grant hopes improvements can continue.
I can't guarantee that every day of the week there won't be a late route, but we want to consistently see that number decline.
Now, another big issue that parents spoke to me about is communication from the agency, and Grant says there are ways that it is working to address that. One is that the agency is staffing up more people in the parent call center, and she also says that they're working on a program where bus attendants can directly contact and talk with parents either by text or other notification to give them real-time updates about delays that may be happening with their children's buses. Reporting live in Northeast tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
And anti-Semitism is forcing a Montgomery County high school to close its outdoor facilities until further notice. So this is happening at Northwood High School in Silver Spring. The principal said the school's athletic fields have been vandalized with flyers containing hate speech and anti-Semitic comments 4 times now. Outdoor spaces, including the track, fields, tennis courts, will be closed to the public. School-approved activities are excluded.
All new tonight and staying in Montgomery County, a man there is looking for answers after a man broke into his house recently.
Yeah, not only stealing things, but lounging around, using his toothbrush, razor, and shower.
Yeah, DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg took a trip to the man's Germantown home to take a look at what's missing.
There's a lot of crime in Germantown, a lot. It didn't used to be like this.
Roger Moran didn't expect to be the victim of a home burglary. But when he came home last month, he noticed things missing and out of place.
And these taller items were put here and the window was closed. I'm thinking, that's strange, because I didn't do that. And I turned around and the window air conditioner that usually is in this window was on the floor.
In his bedroom, he had watches, hunting knives, and clothing missing.
He hung out in the bed, and over there was littered with Coca-Cola cans, bottled water, protein shakes, energy drinks. You know, there was like 6 of them. So he'd been here for some time.
In his bed, when police got there, he found a man's underwear and coat in a heap.
He lit some candles as he relaxed in my bed.
Probably the grossest part of this burglary happened back here in the bathroom. Moran says the man likely came in here, used his toothbrush because he found it right here on the soap dish. He found a hairbrush in there, long black hair in the drain, and over here he found whiskers and shaving cream in the sink, not to mention that the toilet was not flushed.
Moran says police were able to get some good fingerprints around the house.
We all agree he was probably homeless. He's probably transient, moving from here to there, and he went from here and he was, you know, seen down in Rockville, so maybe he's moving in that direction.
Rockville is where police found his laptop behind a dumpster and hunting knives in the bag. But one thing he's most upset about is one of his high-end bicycles that was stolen.
I ride in the Great Cycle Challenge, which is to raise money for childhood cancer. And that's what the bike was for, you know. It was the bike that I rode hundreds of miles on.
In all, the burglar got away with $10,000 to $12,000 worth of things.
The things he stole were material things. You know, I didn't get hurt. None of my loved ones, you know, my girlfriend didn't come over in the middle of the day and find him here and have him hit her on the head with a baseball bat.
While he counts himself lucky no one was hurt, he's still wondering who did this and why. In Germantown, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Yeah, I hope they catch him soon. Yuck. Oh. All right, coming up, a carjacking crash caught on camera. Coming up, why investigators think this video will help them find the robbers responsible.
And it was supposed to bring thousands of jobs to Northern Virginia, but now Amazon is delaying construction at its second headquarters in Arlington. Still ahead at 9, a look at the uncertain future for the internet giant here in the DMV.